Why is there no Supra in India? Imagine if you had tiny engines, tiny cars, lightweight, nice to drive, they're little show-offy.
They will all disappear inside a pothole. In Japan, Suzuki has a very different looking Wagon R.
Yeah.
First of all, the regular Wagon R looks far better than our Indian Wagon R. It's going to take a little education to...
You're trying to educate Indians.
Polo GTI?
And if you can't give us the proper Swift Sport, just give us a Swift with a turbo engine.
What Suzuki should bring is the Swift Sport.
Exactly.
Welcome to the Evo India podcast, and this week we are following up on what we did last week, where we spoke about our experiences at the Japan Mobility Show.
Yep.
So both Aatish and I, we spent almost a week in Japan. In fact, Aatish has spent quite a lot of time this year in Japan, and we saw a lot of these Japan market cars, did a lot of content around it on our social media, and that led us to the topic of this week's podcast, and that is cars that we see around the world, but what we think should also come to India. So basically cars that are not there in India, which are there globally, and what we think manufacturers should bring to India.
Yeah, every time we travel, we see so many cool cars, right? We'll say, oh, that's so cool, that's so cool, that's so cool. We've never seen it before. It could be a regular hatchback. You know, I remember we were in London and I saw the Renault 5. It's just a basic electric hatchback, but it's so cool.
So just a clarification, we also see a lot of cars, even in Europe right now, which we're seeing for the first time. We don't know what the hell it is, and it turns out to be a Chinese electric car. We're not talking about that because there really is no joy in getting all this here. So we're not talking about those. We're talking about cool cars that car guys and gals think should come to India. So this is the Evo India podcast. I'm Sirish Chandran.
And I'm Aatish Mishra. And we're going to start in Japan because we were there.
Yep.
So let's start with Honda, just picking up from where we left off.
So last week we spoke about why Honda is not leaving India. All the cars that Honda have planned for India, 10 new cars by 2030.
Yeah.
Now, in that, the Type R does not figure. So the Type R is not coming. In fact, beach mein, there was this whole thing that Type R is coming to India, which was just a rumor because the Civic Type R is globally being withdrawn.
On its way out.
So it's on its way out. But we really, really think that Honda should have got the Type R. Now, if you look at the success of the Golf GTI, the Octavia RS, 100 cars they got, okay, small numbers.
Super limited.
Admittedly, super limited, but all of them sold out. Plus, there's a lot of rub-off effect on the brand.
Exactly.
Because a lot of guys want now an Octavia RS. They're not going to get the Octavia RS. Social media is full of the fact that the Octavia sold out in, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Sold out even before the prices were announced. Golf GTI also made a lot of dhamaka on social media. So these cars bring that halo effect, that hero car effect onto the rest of the range, put the brand in the spotlight and shines like some gold dust on the brand.
And they appeal to car guys and car people. And car people are really the loudest voices for cars. You know? So as soon as you have them in your court, you're good.
Yeah, so the Type R is not coming to India. We so wish Honda had got the Type R to India. That they were a little brave. Now, they've got that ability to bring CBUs because they don't have any CBUs right now.
Yeah.
So they're not constrained by that. Up to 2,000 cars only they can bring. They don't have that. They should have just been brave and brought it, just tried out the market. No, just gone for it. Now, unfortunately, that is not coming. The CR-V, another car that sold well for Honda back in the day, that's not on sale anymore.
But
that
I believe that will come.
Yeah. That is going to come, but that's going to be 2 years away. Okay. Once the new next generation hybrid powertrain system is out.
What we spoke about last time.
Exactly. So that will come.
Accord?
Accord, there's no point.
That
market is
the sedan
gone,
segment is dead.
Is gone.
Yeah.
The last Accord, in fact, the latest issue of Evo India, the last page, gone but not forgotten, I've written on the Accord.
Okay.
And the last Accord was sold around 50 lakh rupees. In fact, from the previous generation Accord to the last one which was sold in India, the prices actually doubled.
But that's a steal compared to what that last Superb sold at. So
no, it's the same. 50 lakhs.
Was it 50? It was 60,
Super,
right?
Yeah, Super was 60. But it was a ridiculous price for the Accord. And obviously it did not sell. And that was because it was a CBU. Yeah. It was not locally assembled either. So Accord, I don't think there's hope. But one interesting car that Honda has in Japan is called the Stepwgn.
Okay. What is it?
WGN, WGN.
Okay.
Now, that is an MPV.
Right.
It's smaller than even the Innova Hi-Cross.
Okay.
Narrower. So only two can sit abreast at the rear comfortably, not
in the third
three.
row, you're saying?
Even in the middle row.
Oh, yeah?
You can sit three, but it's a bit narrower for comfortable seating. It's two in front, two in the middle row, two in the third row.
So 6-seater.
it's a 6-seater. There's plenty of knee room. So even with somebody sitting in the third row, there is still knee room for the second row passenger. So actually is got good enough space. In fact, I did a reel on it. Is there on the Evo India Instagram handle. It looks quirky, kind of Honda-ish. It's actually pretty, like if Honda makes it here, now they'll have to make it here. Otherwise the pricing will be out of whack.
Yeah.
So they have to like really commit to it. If they make it here and price it sensibly, this is a proper Honda 6-seater MPV that could actually be a very sensible addition to the Honda range.
And that's a space they're not in anymore. They had that BRV at some point.
Yeah, but the BRV, this is like going to be one step up on the BRV.
This is a proper van. It's focused.
Proper MPV.
Yeah,
it's a proper MPV, kind of premium also because the interiors and everything, the way the seats are, it's not a cheapy car. It's a nice, premium, expensive feeling car. And if that can slot in between the Ertiga and the Innova. Now, Innova is much bigger, so you can't be Innova prices, okay? But somewhere in between with the hybrid powertrain.
Yeah, could make sense for
the
commercial
1.5 hybrid powertrain.
Yeah.
I don't think for commercial.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like taxi and all of that. If that's what you're saying, yes, definitely. Because now the Innova, even all the like the cabs that we have, all of them are the hybrids. Yeah. Because the fuel efficiency is so good that it is worth buying the hybrid. So the Stepwgn, that could be an interesting addition to the Honda range until obviously everything else comes. Now the Prelude, Shilude, all of that is going to come. Yeah. But Stepwgn, Honda, if you're listening, that's something that you should bring. Now that's not an enthusiast car.
Yeah.
Okay. So a practical, sensible car, Stepwgn.
But they're important cars. They have a place in the market. So.
Yeah. But enthusiast cars, sticking with Japan, Toyota, and the GR cars.
I don't know why we've never gotten them.
So we got one GR car, and that is the Land Cruiser GR Sport.
Correct. But
the
that's
LC300.
Yeah.
So that is there. We still have GR somewhat in India.
But why don't we get Fortuner GR also, right?
The Fortuner GR also at that price. Oh man, that price.
But we need proper GR cars. So you're talking about the Yaris and the Corolla, of course.
Yep. So maybe not the Corolla so much, but the GR Yaris.
It would have been...
You know, again, looking at the same logic with the Golf GTI, with the Octavia RS, 100 GR Yarises. 100% it will sell.
And the GR Yaris is steeped in motorsport.
Exactly.
It's WRC car.
It is derived from that WRC car.
Yeah.
It's the homologation special.
Exactly.
It's such a cool car to have. And enthusiasts will flock to it.
100%. It may be 3 cylinders. I'm sure it'll get some flack for that. But then when you see it go sideways...
Not from the people who actually know about the car. It'll be from the social media heroes.
Yeah.
But not from the actual people who will be buying these cars. Not from the enthusiast community. And that car has got that proper drift mode.
Exactly.
It'd be phenomenal. And that hero effect on the Toyota name. Already the Toyota name is damn strong.
Yes. But it'll take it into a sporty space, which is completely missing for Toyota right now.
Exactly. So that would have been such a cool car.
Yeah.
Okay. What else does
Corolla?
Toyota
Just
have?
The regular Corolla?
So the Corolla, they had the new concept. It was shown at the Japan Mobility Show, which looked unlike any other Corolla. Corollas used to be very staid,
dowdy,
boring, dull. This one looks rad.
Yeah, it's insane.
Completely unlike a Corolla. Now the question is there a market for a sedan? And probably not, considering how everything is moved to SUVs. And
but do you not think there's some cachet with the Corolla name in India?
Maybe not, because see, today cachet is an expensive brand, a Mercedes or a BMW. You know, that's where the cachet is, a Range Rover.
Corolla's the best-selling car in the world.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's like, I want to grow up and buy a Corolla. Said no kid.
But a lot of uncles who are very like, oh, I want a practical, reliable,
yeah,
nice
but they'll buy
sedan.
a Creta with a panoramic sunroof, right? Will they buy a Corolla? I don't know, because that sedan market is kind of evaporated. Also because nobody is doing sedans. And also because of our roads being in the condition that they are. It's like for a lot of people, they might not want an SUV, but you have to have an SUV considering the bloody roads that we have.
That's true.
I don't know about the Corolla. What they should bring, and there is talk that they're bringing it, is the Land Cruiser FJ.
100%. That should come to India.
And slotted under the Fortuner.
That I don't know. I think the Land Cruiser brand is a premium brand. And it's like how the Evoque is more expensive than a Discovery Sport, you know. Even though they're same size, same everything. That Range Rover has value. Similarly, Land Cruiser has value.
But since we're talking about what we wish,
we wish it will come at 10 lakhs.
no, that is not asking too much. But if this is priced somewhere around the Scorpio N,
No chance.
really? Because see, it's a 5-seater, it's not a 7-seater.
Yeah, but it's huge.
But it's not a 7-seater. Now, our perception is always there, no? 7-seater more expensive than 5-seater.
That way, Jimny is also 5-seater, but it's not priced near.
But it's priced cheaper than the Thar Rocks. Thar Rock 7-seater, Jimny 5-seater is cheaper. So if you go by our basic Indian understanding, 5-seater has to be cheaper than 7-seater.
It's also got a 2.7 liter engine. So
yeah, but still. So maybe that's why Toyota have been taking the Fortuner prices up. Because see, one thing you have to remember, we keep criticizing all of these people and all.
Yeah.
But Toyota, they work on very long-term plans.
Yeah.
So this FJ was probably in their Excel spreadsheets 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then basis, okay, now in 2026, India is going to get the FJ. So now where will the Fortuner be? So from 2023, we have to start taking Fortuner prices up to leave gap for the FJ. And this is conjecture on my part, but I'm also damn sure that is actually spot on and what must have happened at headquarters.
Maybe.
That we have to give some gap for FJ. So we take Fortuner up, give space, then FJ comes, then volume comes. And if that does happen, the FJ, just the way it looks, is kick-ass.
It does.
It'll sell.
It's insane.
Then it is Fortuner underpinnings.
Yeah.
Again, kick-ass. It'll sell.
Yeah.
Diesel engine. And they'll probably
There's a
put the
petrol
hybrid.
right now.
Yeah, so they'll put the petrol hybrid into it. Now, petrol hybrid has the same running cost as a diesel. So, it's sorted on all fronts.
Yeah. But you know what I think what can actually slot in under the Fortuner is the RAV4. The RAV4 globally rivals the likes of the Tucson, the Compass, that whole segment of cars.
Yeah, but again, I think it'll be the same level as the Fortuner, if not a little higher. Because today, if the CRV were to come to India, it would not be less
that's
than
CBU,
50.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying CKD, or if it's even made here, like you look at how the Compass is made here. 35 lakhs, where the Kodiaq and Tiguan used to sit, and now they've gone to the stratosphere.
So if you look at how Toyota would be thinking now, RAV4 new car cannot come cheaper than current model, which has been there for 10, 20 years. So I doubt it'll come cheaper. It'll probably be at the same price. Toyota doesn't price anything we never say that, damn good pricing.
Yeah.
Damn good value, but not damn good pricing. So RAV4, no chance going to come under Fortuner, maybe at Fortuner. But Toyota should bring the RAV4.
Yeah,
you are
it's a
right.
great
Because
car.
it's a Tucson CRV rival. It's an established nameplate.
Exactly.
A lot of Indians we travel. We know about the RAV4 nameplate. That RAV4 nameplate has been around also for very long.
So many
So
generations.
it's got a lot of cachet also to it. So I think the RAV4 should come. What I think should come, which will never come, also because it'll not meet, I think, modern crash safety norms. And today you need a proper 5-star rated car. But think about it. A Land Cruiser 70.
Yeah.
They have redone it for today. Okay, so with a little bit more modern interior, a little bit more upgrade in terms of the brake package.
But the underpinnings are the same.
Underpinnings are the same old, 1980s?
Yeah.
1980s Land Cruiser, which will probably go to the ends of the earth, bring you back alive, and then take your grandkids back to the ends of the earth and bring them back alive.
Sadly, I don't think you can get it with the V8 anymore. I think they've discontinued that. Now it's only the Fortuner diesel engine that you can get it with.
So again, see, parts commonality. So they can assemble it here in India.
Yeah.
They don't have to import anything. V8s we don't make in India, but we make the Fortuner engine, transmission, all of that.
But I think it's only sold in 1 or 2 markets globally. I think Japan or even
Africa
some
and Australia, I think.
Australia, maybe Middle East also. I'm
Maybe
not sure.
Middle East. But that would be like a proper workhorse.
Yeah.
An agricultural also kind of workhorse, which also appeals to the enthusiast.
So I actually wrote I wrote a column about this a while ago about how modern cars are so advanced, so this, so that. And we don't have old school cars anymore. But here's a car that's actually old school. They have advanced it in that they've put better lights, better brakes, better, important stuff that you need to use. But the analogness of it hasn't gone. So it's still an old car, but it's an old car you can buy in 2025. And I think that's insane.
Yeah. I would love to see something like that.
Absolutely.
I might even buy something like that. Just such a cool thing to have. And of course, the new Prado.
Yeah, Prado. Why not? Why is it not here yet?
I'm sure it's in the pipeline. I'm sure the plan is there in that multi-page Excel sheet, that the plan is definitely there. I don't know why they're taking so long, because they're never going to assemble it over here. They're going to bring it as a CBU. The Land Cruiser is already there.
Yeah.
Why not bring the Prado at a more sensible price?
Yeah.
It's
Who knows?
To us, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But Toyota probably has it in their plan. This plan was set in maybe 1990, and they will follow that plan. And that plan will, whenever it is there in that spreadsheet, it will come. But I don't know why the Prado hasn't come in. Another thing which I don't know why it hasn't come is the HiAce, the van.
Yeah. Yeah, Toyota already has, so it's established in the van
Yeah,
space. It has the Innova, it has the Velfire.
Maybe it would be that we have the Innova. This will cannibalize a bit on the Innova.
It'll be a lot bigger and a lot more
It
expensive.
will be a lot bigger, yeah. So it's not a 3-row, it's a 4-row van. But then who will it appeal to? That's another question, right?
It will purely be commercial. It's not like we have an overlanding community.
Yeah, exactly. And that commercial would be, Force, the Traveller and the Urbania now.
Yeah.
Nobody else travels with so many people, especially in the higher end markets.
Yeah.
The Innova is like the max, right? You don't want a bigger van. You don't want to share it with 10 people.
Yeah.
So maybe Toyota have done their research and they got smart product planners. So the highest, probably at that price, doesn't really work for India. And what else?
Supra?
Oh.
Why is there no Supra in India? Again, just you have to bring it in. It's Z4. You see a couple of them around. Okay, it's not.
No, actually, if you ask ChatGPT, it tells you that the Z4 is the best-selling BMW sports car in India.
That's ChatGPT hallucinating again.
Or best-selling sports car in India. Yeah, the best-selling sports car in India is the Z4 according to HiAce. So according to ChatGPT.
Is it
So
though?
I don't think so. No chance. I don't
Yeah,
think
even
so.
I don't think so.
But there are a few, because it was for very long the most affordable BMW sports car until the M340i came along and then rocked the enthusiast
I wouldn't call the
world.
M340i a sports car.
Yeah, but the M340i in the enthusiast community, it's got solid respect.
Sports sedan.
Sports sedan,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but the Z4, it has done well in India.
So why
and
no
the
Supra?
Supra is the same platform.
Yeah, it's just a Z4 coupe basically, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's also made at BMW, right? I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think it is made by BMW because it is the Z4 underneath.
And all the Instagram boys love the Supra.
Yeah,
Everybody on
exactly.
Instagram loves the Supra. So I
Exactly.
don't see why. I think it'll do well.
Yeah. So mainly from Toyota, GR Yaris.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the GR Yaris. Enthusiast.
It'll be
will
ridiculously
happy.
priced, but it's okay.
But it's okay. 100
Yeah.
cars is okay. Bring it at 60 lakh rupees.
There's another car I think Toyota should bring to India, and that's the Copen GR Sport.
I don't think there is. Okay, you're looking at it in terms of pricing, but a sub 4 meter sports car.
See, why do people not buy sports cars in India? Because they're expensive. Not everybody can afford them. There are a lot of people who want sports cars. You remember that Sandstorm?
Yeah, nobody bought it.
Nobody bought it because probably a dog to drive. But I think there could be a market for a small, affordable sports car. And look, think about it. Not just Toyota. All these Japanese guys have some tiny, ridiculous K car.
Yep.
You know, Honda had that S660. Suzuki, I don't know if they have one right now, but
Maybe like a modern day Cappuccino.
they had a Cappuccino. Then all of them have something or the other. Imagine if they all made in India. Okay. Imagine if you had tiny engines, tiny cars, lightweight, nice to drive. They're little show off.
They will all disappear inside a pothole.
Probably
So
will.
small.
They probably will.
Imagine, in this small car, you're sitting so low, like a Wagon R person will be like, as if like a Wagon R driver sitting in a bus. It'll be like a Wagon R guy will be looking down upon them. You'll feel nervous as hell driving
It's a
that.
weekend toy. It's not going to be your primary car. Of course, it's not going to be your primary car.
Yeah.
But see, for somebody who has, say, a Creta and they want a weekend car, there's nothing, right? What do you get? You can't get a Virtus as your weekend car when you have a Creta. Imagine a small, tiny sports car. That's cheap.
And the thing is that they will have to. One thing, we don't assemble these small little engines here. So they'll put a 1.2 engine into it. Now, a
Best.
1.2 engine will not fit into these cars because there's no space.
They'll fit.
I doubt it
I'm
because
sure
the
they'll fit.
engine base so tiny. Those are the 660 3-cylinder engines.
See, the Jimny is a K car.
Yeah.
It gets a 660 engine,
Yeah,
but also
yeah.
gets a 1.5.
Yep.
So it fits.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's actually possible. I don't know.
All this Wagon R, Alto, they're all K cars.
Yeah.
They all have bigger engines.
So, speaking about K cars, and now let's switch manufacturers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Suzuki. Obviously, India's big daddy. Not the big daddy in Japan, but also still popular.
Yeah.
Now, what all these K cars have, which I think is extremely sensible for India, are sliding rear doors. Now, that is the most practical solution for rear doors.
Yeah.
Okay, for ingress, egress, all of that. All of these kei cars have a sliding rear door option. Now, in Japan, Suzuki has a very different looking Wagoner.
Yeah.
First of all, the regular Wagoner looks far better than our Indian Wagoner. I don't know why we can't. Obviously, our Wagoner is bigger than the Japanese market Wagoner because ours is just under 4 meters.
Yeah, but
theirs is
keep
under
the face.
3.4. But yeah, keep the face. It looks so much nicer than the Wagoner we have in India.
Actually, no, I think the Wagoner there's also not K. Huh?
It's not K.
I don't think
So
so.
then why do we get this looking Wagoner?
Indian sensibilities.
And that's why we think, no, why can't India have good things? So why can't we have a decent looking Wagoner? Why do we have to have this looking
True.
Wagoner? Now, anyway, they have another Wagoner which is called, I've written it somewhere here, the
Smile.
Wagon R Smile.
Yeah.
And that has got these sliding rear doors. And
Maybe
why
it's a
can't we
cost.
get that?
Maybe it's a cost
It's
thing.
definitely a cost thing.
Yeah.
But now India doesn't want cheap, right? India wants value.
But do Indians see that as value? Because see, what will the sliding rear door remind you of?
A van
Omni.
or a commercial vehicle. Yep.
It'll remind you of an Omni or a.
But it's going to take a little education to change that mindset.
You're trying to educate Indians.
It will happen. See, what is the next big thing in cars in terms of features? Now everything is getting panoramic sunroofs. Even
Yeah.
a compact SUV, the 3XO has got a panoramic sunroof. Okay, what's the next thing? You can't obviously have convertibles because India is not a convertible market.
Yeah.
This could be the next cool feature that you harp about when you launch your next car.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work.
I think it's
It's a
so
very
sensible.
It's a super sensible
An
solution.
electric sliding rear
Forget
doors.
electric. Keep it manual also.
No, even that you make it, do it, go all the full hog, right? Because if it's manual, then definitely commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's an electric sliding rear door with the button on the key. You know, the door opens.
Ingress egress is so much better.
Yeah.
You don't need space to open the door.
Yep. Like, especially for elderly people, for
Yeah.
people with families, for people who just want like regular, sensible cars, doesn't want an SUV. For instance, the Karens with sliding rear doors.
Then now they're calling it an SUV. Then it's no longer an SUV, no?
Karens, they're not calling an SUV.
They are calling it
No,
an
no, no. They call it an MPV, and now
but
it is
now
like a proper. All the Uber Shubers and all that, the top end ones all have
But
Karens.
now it's
so
more SUV like, no?
I
It's butch styling and everything.
Karens is an MPV. There's
It
no-
is.
not with the best will in the world. Can you call it an
Of
SUV?
course you can't. But
So like an Ertiga
Yeah.
with sliding rear doors.
yeah.
Damn sensible, no?
Hmm.
And maybe don't do it in the Ertiga, but do it in the XL6
Yeah.
or XL7, whatever they call it. XL6, yeah.
XL7 is not here.
Yeah. So why don't you do that? Why don't you
Yeah.
do sliding rear doors? That I think is a feature
Yeah.
that Indian sensible practical cars should get.
Maybe that's the next wave in small
Possibly,
cars.
possibly you heard it first on the Evo India podcast.
We missed the point with Suzuki.
Okay. What Suzuki should bring is the Swift Sport.
Exactly.
Okay. We don't want anything else. Forget sliding rear doors. Forget all of that. What we want is the Swift Sport.
Agreed.
Right?
And if you can't give us the proper Swift Sport, just give us a Swift with a turbo engine.
No. That we definitely should not do because the Baleno RS was that.
Yeah.
It was the regular Baleno with the turbo engine.
But
Not looking anymore.
no, do the
better than-
bumpers, do the everything. The
Yeah.
engine is the problem, right?
I think so. Put the booster jet engine into the Swift.
That's
we
exactly
have
what
the
I'm
engine
saying.
here.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying.
But now we have the engine, but don't just do the engine.
No, of
do
course.
go the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, do the bumpers, do the steering, do the
Do
suspension.
the wheels, do bigger wheels.
Yeah.
Forget the bloody ride quality. Forget all this practicality. No, fuck that. No, do proper big wheels.
Yeah.
Do proper suspension, tied down suspension.
Yeah.
Make it sporty, make it feel sporty. Give it a little bit of a throaty exhaust.
Yeah.
Go the whole 9 yards.
And the Swift is still very light.
The Swift in this regular with that 3-cylinder engine handles well.
Yeah.
It's fun to drive. Now you do it properly. The Swift Sport, man, that's what Maruti needs to get. There are enthusiasts. Now I know the Jimny hasn't done well. Okay, so they're not going to listen to journalists.
Yeah.
I know the Baleno RS never did well. Okay, so that's another
Nail in our coffin.
Nail in the coffin. Okay, so they'll say these enthusiasts, no, they're talking out of their ass.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, you bring the Swift Sport, it will do well.
Yeah.
There is this whole wave of enthusiasts who cannot afford 100 units of the Golf GTI and the
Yeah.
Octave Yaris. And
now
those
the
people
N-Line is
will
the
get-
only-
Yeah, exactly.
The N-Line's the only car in that space.
And it's old now.
Yeah,
The
Polo's-
N-Line is okay, it's old. So
And I have a feeling if they tune this Swift properly, it'll beat the N-Line in terms of handling.
100%.
It's so
yeah.
light.
100%.
It's so nimble.
I'm sure 100%.
Yeah.
And the Swift name is a name that got wings thanks to enthusiasts. When the Swift was launched 20 years ago, there was nothing like the Swift. So enthusiasts first adopted it because the regular market said that no, the Swift does not look nice.
It's time to give back to the enthusiasts.
Exactly. So the next wave of enthusiasts, where are they going to get blooded?
Yeah.
You can't expect them to get blooded by these bloody EVs. You need to give them a nice combustion car.
100%.
So obviously Suzuki's entire focus and energies are on the e-Vitara right now. But you have to blood the next generation of enthusiasts. I grew up on a Zen.
Yeah.
So that's why the Maruti, the Suzuki name still holds great value. A lot of people grew up on the VTEC, the City, all of that. I don't think anybody who grows up on a Nexon
Turbo.
EV, for instance, is going to be like an enthusiast.
We have the Fronx Turbo, but again, that's not a core enthusiast car.
And it's doing well. The Fronx
is
is actually doing well.
Yeah.
So the Fronx Turbo engine made here now. So now your cost can be in check. Just take that, put it. Now do it properly. Make it a proper sporty car. Don't give that same small wheels with high profile tires. Yeah. Don't do that.
It's not hard for them to do also. We've got the supplier base for it.
We got everything.
Yeah. They just have to take those bumpers.
Maruti has got their engineering and their R&D over here is massive. And you think there are no enthusiasts at Maruti's R&D? 100% there are.
Yeah.
There's a whole flock of enthusiasts who probably listen to this and then they can have this conversation with their superiors.
Skunkworks. Maruti Skunkworks.
Yeah, do the Swift Sport, man. Amongst all the cars that we're going to be talking about in this podcast, the Swift Sport is the one that we desperately hope will come.
This conversation is reminding me of that Gurpratap Boparai podcast where he said the Abarth
exactly. Yes.
was a skunkworks in India. It wasn't some global thing. They did it in India. They sold it to the global team. They said okay, and they got it done. So it's similar. It's a localized engine which they can put into this car and create our version of a Swiss, and it will work. We still talk about that Punto Abarth is with hush tones, because it was revolutionary for its time. And why not do the Swift and make it mass sporty?
Yeah. So Maruti, please, we will not say anything bad about the Wagon R. If you bring the Swiss Sport, we will say Wagon R also very good. Okay, is that the deal?
I don't mind the Wagon R actually. Okay, now we're moving out of Japan, finally.
Okay, yeah.
Ford.
Okay, so there is no Ford in India, so everything is academic.
But we can still wish for the cars that we want Ford to bring in India.
There is hope that Ford will come back to India because they still have their plant.
Every 6 months, this flips the script.
Yeah. But now they've announced something, you were saying 3,250 crore investment.
For powertrains.
To make next generation powertrains.
You're going to sit on the engine and drive it.
But still, Ford has some base in India. See, they still have a footing in India.
Yeah.
So there is still hope.
Yeah.
And there is still hope for what? Obviously, the Endeavour / Everest.
Yeah. I think there's still so much brand value and love for the brand with the Everest. Now the Fortuner is running free in that segment pretty much, unchallenged. We got that one, what's it called? The Gloucester.
Gloucester, yeah.
We got the Gloucester.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really hold up to what the Fortuner and Endeavour were. That those two cars were
maybe Toyota's spreadsheet also had that Ford is going to leave India. So we will have space to go up, and they probably had this planned before even Ford decided to pull out of India.
Profit.
Yeah.
But so if the Endeavour can come back, that'll be beautiful. And it looks so nice today, the new Everest. It's called the Everest abroad. That new face, which looks like their bigger Raptor and all of that. Looks so cool.
Yep.
And then Bronco.
Yep.
Not the Bronco Sport. The actual Bronco.
Yep.
If it comes to India, then we can finally do a comparison test with G-Wagon, Bronco, Wrangler and Defender. So, Bronco would be super cool. I think there is a space for these lifestyle SUVs. They're doing really well in India today. Wrangler, there's a lot of potential. It's not doing as much as it should be doing.
We'll talk about Jeep in a bit.
But Defender is doing insanely well. G-Wagon's sold out every time you fucking knock on a Mercedes dealer door. So that could do really well. And of course...
And also the Mustang.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But today I don't know what the Mustang will be priced at. Back then it was priced so well.
Yeah, exactly. But Ford mucked it up back then because they did that good pricing, but only certain dealers were allowed to sell the Mustang. So if there was an enthusiast in Coimbatore or in Pune, they had to book it at the Mumbai dealer or at the Chennai or the Bangalore dealer.
Right.
And that kind of mucked it up. But at that price, it was so good that today you can't get a Mustang at that price. So if you had bought a Mustang at that price back then, today you'd be in the money.
Sure. And today, if Ford does bring in the Mustang with the way the dollar is priced today and the way cars have gone up in price and the cost of production and everything, it'll just be ridiculous. It'll be M2 money, my guess is.
Maybe, but also remember that the Mustang is well priced. All these American muscle cars are actually very well priced.
Maybe 10-20 lakhs cheaper than a Mustang. It'll still be a crore.
See, what does Trump want?
Trump wants to sell.
Yeah, Trump wants to sell, Trump towers, but also American goods in India.
Yeah.
And what American cars can be sold in India? Very few.
Yeah.
But like these cars, as CBUs, if they get a favorable deal, if Trump managed to wrangle a favorable deal,
then it'll be cool.
It actually could make sense.
Yeah.
So Harley Davidsons, though most Harley Davidsons now come from Thailand, apart from the CVOs and all that. But Ford, then they could even make a business case for General Motors coming back to India.
You really think so?
Yeah, but General Motors,
We'll just get rebad Chinese cars again.
Yeah, so General Motors, forget. But Jeep, now we have Jeep in India.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got the Compass.
Yes.
And if you go by what we hear, with our ear to the ground, the next generation Compass is not slated for India.
That'll be
because that is now Stellantis's global thing of God knows what. So the next Compass is not going to be in India.
Where does the Jeep brand go then? Because the Compass is literally the only car that...
Yeah, and the Meridian. It's like the bread, butter, jam of the Jeep brand.
Yeah.
Now, the Wrangler is assembled in India. Yeah. In fact, India is the only market other than the US where the Wrangler is assembled.
Yeah.
What we don't get are all the special editions.
Yeah.
And the Wrangler still continues to sell like the American Thar in America because of all these special editions and all of that. In fact, just recently there was another Wrangler with that V8 engine, which was only for the US military veterans and serving officers. So something like that. But they need to do more stuff consistently with the Wrangler.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, because of the pricing and everything, it's a premium product. But if they do something on that front, they might make sense with it. What Jeep actually needed was the Renegade, a smaller SUV to sit under the Compass, which was in the plan right in the beginning. But then it got knocked off because this whole wait and watch. Let's see how well the Compass does. Then we will commit investments and all of that. And then they couldn't do like a proper pricing case for the Renegade.
They should have gone all in with the Renegade. That's where the market is now.
Exactly.
That Creta price point. If they had built it here, made it here on the same lines as the Compass, if they could have, it
but
would have
otherwise,
been insane.
From Jeep, there's nothing really that you look at and you say, I wish this was here.
Yeah, I mean, Jeep international, at least in the US, has a lot of models. They've got that Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, Cherokee. Grand Cherokee's here, but again, it doesn't do any
four-cylinder
number.
engine.
Exactly, yeah.
4-cylinder petrol engine.
So I don't know what Jeep should have focused on that compact market, brought in a strong compact product, and I think that should have really done numbers for them. Today, they're in a difficult
place. What we will get is a smaller Jeep.
Yeah.
It will come. But that'll be based on a Stellantis platform, which is what? The Citroën platform, which will be front-wheel drive with maybe an electrified rear axle to give it that 4x4.
See, those are nice cars in terms of their platforms, but then the engines are not very...
Is that something that the enthusiasts will scream and say, hell yeah?
And today also, I think the Indian audience is very aware of what happens globally. And then these hyper-local Indian-only models are not really something that works anymore. That's not the way to go.
Yeah. And then speaking of that, now that's a good way to talk about Citroën.
Yeah.
Apart from the Ami, which is no point for
I
India.
think it's a cool car.
It's
not even a car. It's probably a quadricycle.
Yeah. But I don't see any Citroën that I want and I wish they sold in India.
Yeah, Citroën is a bit, I don't know. I think all these Stellantis brands are a bit...
Yeah. So
all over the place.
So forget Citroën. But Renault.
Yeah.
Now Renault is doing some really cool shit.
Renault's design in Europe has just taken a
It's knocked out of the park.
So much retro stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So I always thought that Renault should have done the Mégane RS in India.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar template to the Golf GTI, the Octavia RS. Small numbers but hero car. And that Mégane RS was the best front-wheel drive car I'd ever driven.
Oh yeah? You've driven it?
Yep. Okay. Even better than the Octi RS.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was insane in terms of the handling. So they should have got the Mégane RS. Now there's no Mégane RS, so that's academic, that point. But look at Renault's new electric cars.
Yeah, the Twingo.
Okay, they are electric, but hang on. Just look at that Renault 4. For instance, look at the Renault 5.
The Renault 5, exactly. That's so cool.
Man, that's so cool. And then they have the modern day version of the iconic turbo.
Yeah.
Okay, very limited in terms of numbers, very expensive, but as a halo car,
So cool.
bloody hell, the way these cars look, the Renault 4 also looks so damn cool. The Twingo.
Yeah.
In fact, they should just rebody the Quid to make it look like the Twingo.
I don't think they can, but
I also don't think they can. But just, no, now the Quid is aging. It's like really aging. There is talk of a electric Quid. That is the one that is sold in China.
Yeah.
The Wind or something, right? That's what they call it. That's the electric Quid. Now, imagine electric Quid. So you use the same architecture of it, but completely rebodied to look like the Twingo.
that'll be pretty cool.
That'll be damn cool because, see, how bad can you make an electric car? you think about it. You have a motor, put it on the front axle, suspension, whatever it is. It really, nobody is going to really dive into how an electric car handles and this, that, and
especially
all that,
if it's small, affordable.
Yeah. So if it's a small, affordable electric car, which looks like the Twingo, and if you're watching this on YouTube, there are images here popping up. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. And then an imported CBU only, but a Renault 5 sitting out there as a hero car in the showrooms.
It looks so hot. I love it. Yeah.
And then you bring just 50 of the Renault 5 turbos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sorted.
game on. And then later on you bring the Renault 4. It's these retro cool designs. I think they look amazing. And that could just be the whole, okay, it's all academic because what Renault's focusing on the Duster, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? And we are actually excited by the Duster coming back. The Duster was the first mid SUV before the Creta even.
Yeah.
The Duster name is so strong. In fact, today the Duster name is probably stronger than the Renault brand itself.
Probably, yeah.
So the Duster is coming and that's going to mark a big uptick for Renault volumes. Renault dealers will finally see light at the end of the tunnel, all of that.
Big shoes to fill though.
Big shoes to fill. And then after that, we'll have the Bigster, which will be the Duster, but a 7-seater version of it.
Yeah.
So lots of plans. Renault is coming back strong. In fact, there are Duster. I saw a Duster hoarding with just the silhouette and
really?
coming soon. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So Duster hoardings are also starting to pop up.
Pushing.
So yeah, obviously everything depends now on the Duster.
Yeah.
But parallelly, if they also work on these cool cars.
Yeah. No,
then it could be like this whole wave of reinvention, reinvigoration for Renault.
And something we've seen in the past, if you just bring one model and leave it, nothing happens. You need excitement around the brand, even if it's small numbers, even if whatever. Just some action to show people that, hey, I'm here, I'm doing stuff, and cool stuff. So I think it should.
I think
happen.
that those cool Renault cars.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what else are we talking about? Hyundai. Okay, i20N they should have got.
Yeah, but it's dead now.
But it's dead now. But to
They
give
should
that some value to the Indian i20N line, have a proper full-blown i20N.
And the i20N, if I'm not wrong, is much cheaper than a Golf and is much cheaper than a Civic
Golf
Type.
GTI.
Golf GTI, of course. And a Civic Type R. It's much more affordable. So it would sit between an i20N and a Golf GTI is now. It would sit in maybe a 30, 35
theoretically, 40 lakh rupees.
Probably.
Yeah, 50 lakh rupees for a Golf GTI, 40 lakh rupees for an i20N.
If Hyundai could do some stuff and assemble it here, then nothing like it, because the i20 is made here.
When the i20 was first introduced in rallying, it was the 5-door body shell.
Yes.
And the body shell was made in India and sent to the, I think, to the UK where it was built or wherever it was.
Yeah.
But it was the Indian shell.
Crazy, no?
Yeah. So it had a bit of India in it when the i20N first entered rallying.
Yeah.
When the i20N first won its first WRC rally,
Yeah.
it was an Indian shell that won it.
That's pretty mad.
There is a connection, a story, a
100%,
great marketing story that could have been milked had it been done back then. So i20N is not there.
Yeah.
What Hyundai have, which I still think they should bring to India, is the Ioniq 5N.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive. You're looking at 1 crore of rupees. Okay. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 80 to 1 crore. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the price
Maybe
assumption.
Maybe
even more. But whatever. The Ioniq 5N, there is nothing like it. No other manufacturer makes a car like the Ioniq 5N. It has simulated engine noises. That's one trick. But it also has simulated gear shifts, which actually does a damn close imitation of a DCT gearbox. You can bang it against the rev limiter.
And hold
when
it
it
there.
bang against the rev limiter, there is a cut in the power, so your head tosses forward like how it would in a combustion vehicle. It's huge amount of fun.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was like a absolutely rubbish trick.
Yeah.
But when I drove it, I was amazed.
Yeah.
You can sit at idle and go wang, 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 wang. It's mad. It's absolutely like we drove it for a day and I thought it was hilarious amount of fun. I drove it I think 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that Hyundai should, because they need a hero car.
Yeah.
Okay, they make sensible cars, but the hero car today is a Creta.
Yeah.
Their most popular car, and Hyundai's become a Creta company.
Yeah.
Okay, they need a hero car. They need something sitting above that talks about what Hyundai can actually do.
Yeah.
Today, all those meme pages are all full of Cretas. You know? So it needs a hero car.
Yeah.
And I think that Ioniq 5N would have really done well. The other question is, why not the Santa Fe? Why not the Palisade?
I don't know. They're pretty expensive. Will they sell in India in those numbers? Does it justify bringing them out, sorting
And
out
selling at a
spares?
Mercedes price
Exactly.
and everything.
Yeah.
But what Hyundai are doing, and it's confirmed, they are going to bring Genesis to India.
Yeah, and it can't come soon enough, I think.
See, question is, it's going to come into a market where Mercedes is established,
Yes.
already assembling in India.
Yeah.
Same with BMW, same with Audi,
Yes.
same with JLR,
Yeah.
same with Volvo.
Yeah.
Okay, now same with Lexus.
Yeah.
So this is the 7th luxury brand.
Yeah.
Okay, now why would you buy Genesis unless you're a Hyundai dealer? Why would you buy Genesis over a Mercedes
They'll have to
or a
undercut.
JLR?
They'll have to undercut and offer better value.
Yeah, but today it's not like BMW. Like, look at the iX1L.
Yeah.
How much cheaper can you make a premium car with that kind of space, features?
I don't know, but I don't think that's the market that also target. I think they'll go E-Class, C-Class.
Exactly. So
Q5.
they'll go E-Class, C-Class and all that. But when you have, at a cheaper price point, you have something like that iX1L,
Yeah.
which, you cannot write enough good things about it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe. But I
no,
think...
It's difficult.
Yeah.
But then again, they also went to markets where Mercedes, BMW, and all
Yes.
that were well established. They went to North America where these were the big guns,
Yeah.
and they made a success story out of it.
Yeah. No, they'll know what they're doing.
So,
and
it's
Hyundai
the
is
same
super
playbook.
strong in India. They understand the market. They
Yep.
understand the people.
Yep.
I think they'll make it work.
Yeah. So anyway, Genesis is coming. Hyundai is also planning to do commercial vehicles.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So they signed a partnership with TVS.
Oh, yeah. Three-wheelers.
For last mile mobility
Yeah.
vehicles, so 3-wheelers, and then independently do 4-wheelers, 4-wheeled commercial vehicles, like what Maruti does with their commercial vehicle division.
Yes.
So that's another thing they're looking at. They also have a new factory that's coming online in Pune at
Yeah.
Talegaon, GM's old factory.
No, I think it's already, the venue's made there, right?
Yep, so it's there.
Yeah.
Now they have to churn out those volumes.
Yeah.
You have to find new segments to develop and make that volumes and make those cars sell.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. Now, what else do we have?
Tucson, new Tucson.
Tucson.
The Tucson's just gone off sale in India.
Yep.
There is a new Tucson, which is
Yeah.
like an update of
Yes.
the current Tucson.
So the earlier Tucson actually made a lot of sense for India.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, obviously, it didn't sell as well because also Hyundai stopped pushing it.
Yeah.
But the Tucson actually made more sense than a Tiguan.
Yeah.
It made more sense than a Compass. So it was well priced, great in terms of offering. And it was the first time that Hyundai actually was on par with the Europeans in terms of ride and handling.
Yes.
Plus, obviously, their whole plethora of features.
And a lovely diesel engine also. It's a really nice engine.
So the Tucson made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There is a new Tucson. I don't know why they're not bringing it here as a fully assembled model. No, not as a CBU, but as a SKD.
Exactly.
Like
how they brought
assemble
the
it
last
here.
Tucson.
Exactly. Assemble it here.
Yeah.
The pricing will be strong. You have a hero car. You have like a step up for Creta customers.
Yeah.
Today, where does a Creta customer go?
Mm.
And a Creta
To
customer
Skoda.
will want to upgrade one time or the other.
Yeah. They'll go Tiguan, Kodiaq,
Yeah.
Kodiaq, all of that.
Or a Mercedes.
Or a Mercedes.
That's where the customers are going there.
Yeah.
Like both the Kodiaq and the Tiguan are struggling in terms
Yeah.
of numbers. And why is that? Because they are priced bang against
Yeah.
Mercs and
And then when
BMWs and all that.
When you filter it down to EMIs, the difference between something like
Yeah.
a Kodiaq and a
So
Mercedes
like
is not high.
if you look at, say the Kodiaq is still a 7-seater,
Yeah.
but the Tiguan, and then you have the iX1L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard case to make. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah, especially when you're spending that kind of money.
Yeah.
So that was Hyundai.
Why don't we talk about the Europeans? BMW, Audi, Mercedes.
So Mercedes brings everything here. In
Pretty
fact,
much.
if you look at Mercedes-Benz's portfolio, they have the most number of models of any manufacturer on sale.
No, can't be.
I'm telling you, you should actually
More
look
than
at it.
Maruti?
Yep, more than Maruti. Because the number of models that they have is incredible. It's got a massive number of, you go to the Mercedes-Benz India page,
Could be.
the number of cars that they have.
Yeah.
Plus you include the AMGs, you include the Maybachs.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
so it's actually got a
that's
pretty
true.
solid portfolio. Everything is here. You
Yeah.
might say, okay, GT63, that's coming. That's already launched. Next year
Yeah.
the cars are coming. So everything is there.
Yeah, I think the only thing Mercedes can add is maybe a new drivetrain to one of their already here models or something like
Or
that.
bring like 3 examples of the AMG ONE. But then that's only left-hand drive. So that you can't bring.
And
If probably
who's
if it
gonna
was
pay those
right-hand drive,
prices?
yeah, there are collectors. So for like 2 cars, for instance, like the AMG GT Black.
Yeah, they got, but that's
They
a
got two
different
cars.
league to AMG ONE.
Yeah, but still, it's still, but it's only left-hand drive. So then again,
Yeah.
academic. So Mercedes has got everything. BMW also, I think, has got everything. There's nothing that you see and then, okay, you were saying that maybe they should bring the M540i.
540, 550, whatever.
Yeah, like the M340i. So like a step up between and a bridge between the 5 Series and the full-blown M5.
Like a regular V8 M5
Yeah.
5 Series.
But today, BMW are making hay with all their long wheelbase models.
That's true.
So why will they bother with this?
But it's
They'll
not like the
focus their-
M340i is not selling. It's
No, the
selling.
M340i is selling.
Exactly.
And BMW are making hay with the M340i. What I think they should do is assemble the M2 in India.
Mhm.
And then that gives a proper stepping stone for
Yeah.
M340i owners to stay within the brand.
That's true. This new M2 is too expensive compared to
Exactly.
the last one, especially. And
Yeah.
it's such a nice car.
Exactly. So that is like a proper graduation.
Yeah.
Today there's, the graduation is like a massive leap.
Yeah.
So that's something that these guys should do. Okay. Audi. Now Audi needs a hero car. I've been saying for the longest time,
Yeah.
they need that RS3 in India.
That RS is so cool.
Okay.
5 cylinders, just like the old Audis.
See, it boils down to now it's a hatchback and it doesn't even look like, it looks kinda station wagon-y also. But limited numbers, just small numbers, just to make noise.
Yeah.
I believe now the RS3 is actually on its way out. There's like the last version of the RS3. And that, I believe, the 5-cylinder engine is going to have a higher specific output than the A45 also.
Oh, wow. And that's already the highest specific output. of-
Yep. So it will be like the most powerful hatchback in the world. So like it'll be like big daddy of hatchbacks. It's got
Wow.
that drift mode on
Yeah.
it. So just to make some noise, just to create that buzz which Audi really needs now, I think that should be evaluated.
Yeah.
Obviously, now what Audi is working on is the next Q5, the next Q3, the
Again,
Q6 e-tron. It
Can't
should have
come
been
soon
here,
enough. Yeah.
but then that is stuck because of the entire group situation, the Skoda Volkswagen group. When do they start making electric cars? And now we'll talk about Skoda and Volkswagen in a
Yeah.
bit. But that's where it is stuck.
Yeah, and Audi has suffered this for a while. The lead time on bringing cars to India is very long.
Yep.
Super long. We drive a car, and then it's a year and a half, 2 years before we actually see the car in India.
Yeah.
We'll go abroad, drive it. We'll make some buzz about it, but then it just disappears. We're still selling older
So
models
see,
here.
there is benefits of being in a large group
Yeah.
where you have synergies, but there are also downsides. Like Mercedes, BMW, they're far more agile. You look at them, they're far more agile. Whereas here, Audi is just one cog in the Skoda, Volkswagen, Porsche, now
Yeah.
Bentley, all these brands in the whole group. So it has to fit in the group priority structure also. Otherwise, what stopped Audi? So Audi were second after Mercedes to bring an electric car, but they could have really built on that EV thing, started assembling here. Mercedes assembled here,
Yeah.
but Audi still doesn't assemble electric cars over here. And that's because, again, the group has to decide. And every time the group starts the discussions, then there's some noise in the corridors of power of some exemptions and something. Now everybody's waiting for the EU FTA.
Yeah.
But you'll always be waiting for something or the other.
Yeah.
And you'll never get going.
True.
So that's where they're stuck. And okay, let's stick with the group.
Yeah.
Now the biggest player in the group, Skoda.
Yeah.
The first brand in the Skoda Volkswagen group in India.
Diesels.
Diesels.
Diesels should come back, no?
So the previous brand head,
Yeah.
before Ashish Gupta took over, announced that Diesel Superb is coming.
Yeah.
now Ashish Gupta says that we are evaluating. That was my predecessor. Now we are evaluating.
Back to square one.
Back to square one.
But
So-
diesels will do so well. Imagine a diesel Kodiaq. I think, see, you look at the luxury market, still 50% is diesel.
Yeah, exactly.
Diesel is still relevant,
Exactly, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And if they can bring it into a Kodiaq, maybe even if they bring a diesel Superb or diesel Octavia,
Yeah.
back like the old days,
Yeah.
diesel
So-
Octavias.
I think they should get the Octavia. Now it boils down to the fact that we were saying that, okay, there's no market for sedans and
Yeah.
no point Corolla, no point all these, like the Camry also. There's no point in, there is the Camry, but very small numbers. But I think Octavia is what built the Skoda brand. It was their
100%.
first car. So for Skoda, Octavia is integral to everything that they do.
Yeah.
The Octavia RS, why is there so much of buzz and hype around it? Because of the Octavia name, you know.
Mhm.
And I think Octavia should be coming back. The Superb is coming back. What we think it should come back with is a diesel engine.
It'll do so well.
It'll do so well, but again, now it has to be homologated for India because if the Superb should be assembled in India, no point bringing it as a CBU because
Yeah.
then the pricing is going to go for a whack. What we see as a cool car is the Kodiaq RS,
Yeah.
which makes a lot of sense for India, and that might be coming.
Yeah.
Because when we did the podcast with Ashish Gupta, he didn't say flat no. He didn't say pagal ho gaya kya.
But he said he wants to build RS in India. And what
he
does
said-
that mean?
Exactly.
You know, how many Octavia RSs will you launch?
So Kodiaq RS,
Yeah.
what they should obviously be doing is electrics.
Yes.
Okay. Even though, but electrics, now
Yeah.
it's high time that they did their
And we
electrics.
keep going to Europe. How many times we've driven that in?
Exactly,
In
yeah.
El Rock
So-
and this and that.
So
and-
they definitely need to put their electric plans into
Yeah.
place and then get going with it. Because once Skoda does it, then Volkswagen can do it.
yeah.
Now Volkswagen, so many years ago, we speculated that the ID5 is coming to India.
ID5 GTX or
Yes,
ID?
we saw it
yeah.
being tested on the road.
Yeah.
One of these Volkswagen annual brand days, it was parked right outside as a teaser, taster for us. Where is it? It's nowhere there.
Yeah.
But from Volkswagen, what do we want, Aatish?
ID Buzz.
And
What and?
the Polo, man. Wake up.
Polo. Yeah, but that's also not coming.
I don't see why it should not. So, okay, the
4 meters.
Polo, the electric Polo is coming, no?
Electric
next is
Polo
the
will
electric
come.
Polo.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Bring
that's
the
still
electric Polo.
2 years away, I think.
No, I don't think it's 2 years away. I think by end of this, by next year, mid of next year, it'll come.
In Europe.
In Europe, yeah.
Then it'll take 2 years to come here.
Yeah, but why? It's going to come as a CBU.
That way, everything can come as a CBU. Nothing is coming.
I know, but it's going to come as a CBU. So why wait so long? When the Polo is out in Europe, get some cars for
I've
India.
lost faith.
Yeah, okay. See, Volkswagen, listen, enthusiasts here saying losing faith.
Yeah.
But bring the Polo. It'll
Yeah,
be
they should.
expensive, whatever.
Yeah.
But again, this is the new generation Polo, electric Polo, ID Polo, all of that.
Yeah.
And that could be the start of the electric journey.
Yeah, and
Because
that's-
eventually they have to get their mass market electrics.
So that's on that new platform, which they showed us at the Munich Motor Show.
Mm.
But I don't think that platform is going to be made for India.
No, the Chinese platform is coming to India.
Yeah, so that's not
So,
coming to India. So all those
yeah.
cars, 4 cars we saw over there, no relevance to us.
I don't see what's the problem in just electrifying the Tiguan and the Virtus. Like what the Volkswagen has done with the Nexon. It works.
Tata has done with the next one.
Oh, sorry. So like what Tata has done with the Nexon.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do that?
Must be some challenge, must be cost, must be something.
Or cost of the German engineers doing it because they can't do it in India. And, but that's where and all this that we're saying about Volkswagen,
Yeah.
what are we going to get out of Volkswagen?
What?
A Volkswagen Kailak.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
and will that be called the Polo? Again, now that goes back to that old podcast
It
that
won't,
we did.
It won't be called the Polo. They shouldn't also call it the Polo. As much as you want them to call it the Polo.
Polo Cross.
Maybe. That
Right.
could do, but I don't know.
So the other thing is the Passat, but the Passat is only sold as an estate now.
Yeah.
So that's also out. So what do we want from Volkswagen? We
I
want the
don't know.
Polo
We want the Polo.
and the ID Buzz. Maybe the ID Buzz, okay, when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense for India.
Yeah, it'll be priced 1 crore north
Yeah,
of 1
it'll
crore. Some ridiculous price.
But
it'll
as
come
a
at.
cool car, as a brand shaper,
Yeah. I could
don't
imagine
know.
driving out and go out with my buddies.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
but in a 1 crore car. Huh?
Why not? it'll be madness on those narrow roads.
Yeah, but ID Buzz is
Yeah.
but I don't think it makes any sense. Yeah, so but just bring the Polo, man. Just bring the Polo. But
You-
why not the Polo GTI?
One sec. Polo GTI?
Yeah, why not the Polo GTI? You know,
Actually.
The Golf is done.
Yeah.
Okay, they're bringing a
But
new lot.
I think
but
they're scarred from the Polo GTI last time. They couldn't sell them.
But see, memories are like now people forget. People don't have that kind of memories. The Polo has now been out for so long. Yet the Polo name is so strong.
Yeah.
How do you keep the Polo name alive? Polo GTI at 35-40 lakhs.
40 lakhs for a Polo?
Yeah, but it's not the Polo as we know it.
Of course.
Doesn't look like the Polo. It's more than 4 meters in length. All of that. So why not 40 lakhs for a Polo GTI? But a Polo GTI nonetheless. Today, those who bought the Polo GTI back then at that discounted price, they're getting more for their Polo GTIs now.
I think they should hire some Mahindra engineers, figure out how they brought that Tivoli under 4 meters and do the same thing to that Polo.
They remove the bumpers. Eh?
Aftermarket accessory bumpers.
But see, end of the day, a Polo GTI,
Yeah.
that's what Volkswagen should do. And a Kodiaq RS is what Skoda should do.
Yeah.
So, and obviously work on the electric cars. Not that we enthusiasts want electric cars, but business case.
Not just business case, also just to show that the brand is here, committed,
Yep.
looking at the future. It sends a message.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think, that's it for
Nissan.
Okay. Nissan Patrol.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't say X-Trail now because they brought it and we know what nonsense happened with it, right? And we are still blacklisted. Okay, so Evo is still blacklisted by Nissan because we said that the X-Trail prices were ridiculous and it should be more like Kodiaq prices. Obviously, the prices were ridiculous. The whole world saw that the prices were ridiculous. Nobody bought it. They had to sell it off at 20 lakhs to Big Boys Toys, who are now selling it after changing the screen, after putting different leather on the seats because they didn't even have leather seats. And now Big Boys Toys is selling it.
Yeah.
So just what a
Mess.
What a mess.
Absolutely.
Now their only savior is obviously going to be their version of the Duster.
Yeah.
In any case, they've sold their stake in the plant to Renault. So now it is a Renault plant.
Yeah.
Okay, so Renault is going to make their version of, which means Renault is going to prioritize the Duster. The Nissan, whatever is going to be called, they showed the name actually now recently. I don't even remember. So whatever that Nissan is going to be called, that will be like the second sister or whatever. So Duster priority, this Nissan ka Duster version. They'll also have the version, the 6-seater, the 7-seater version, which is their version of the Bigster.
Yeah.
I think the Patrol is the only thing. Now they are saying that the Patrol has got so much demand in the Middle East and all that. But how much ever demand, you can still bring 50 cars. Huh?
Yeah.
It's not like...
And it will be ridiculously priced, but you expect a Patrol to be ridiculously priced. And I think people will buy it if it's ridiculously priced.
If it is like some, say, 30-40 cars. Huh?
Yeah.
If it's like in any sensible numbers or like decent numbers, then there are not that many people who will forego the charms of a Mercedes or a BMW for a Nissan nose. You'll have a lot of the people who've come from the Middle East.
Yes.
And for whom the Patrol is still like the gangster in the Middle East alongside the Land Cruiser.
Look, it is exactly what I was going to say. It's like a Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser is also ridiculously priced, 2.5 crores, whatever. But it still sells.
But see, the Land Cruiser doesn't need to have any Middle East hangover.
It doesn't.
Land Cruiser got a global strength to the name.
Yeah.
Whereas the Patrol has got a Middle East strength to the name.
Fair enough. Yeah, maybe.
So it's those who are coming back from the Middle East and who have that, frequently do the Middle East runs.
Yeah.
For them, the Patrol has some sort of a significance.
I think it'll still be cool. Imagine one of those rolling down our streets, massive bloody things.
Would you buy that over, say, a GLE?
Maybe I would.
Really?
Maybe I would.
Okay. Chalo.
Maybe I would.
What Nissan should have done is the Leaf.
Yeah, you think
They
so?
had brought the Leaf years and years ago. They were working on homologation. I don't know what happened eventually out of it. They would have been the first with an EV. But they just didn't go through with it.
Yeah.
But the Leaf would have been, like back then, something that today even Nissan can talk about, that we were the first with it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever happened in the intervening period, but we were the first with it.
Yeah.
But they don't have that.
Yeah. True.
One thing that I forgot to talk about with Volkswagen,
Yeah.
okay, which there's no chance is going to come to India, but now see, we're still talking about whatever we think should come, is the Scout sub-brand.
Right.
Now, that is Volkswagen's sub-brand for North America.
Yeah.
They just got two, basically it's one version which has got a pickup and a SUV. The SUV is called Traveler, pickup is called something else, Trail or whatever it is. Pickup though, no sense for India. But that looks damn cool. That will be priced sensibly. I think that makes...
Yeah, maybe. And when you talk about sub-brands, what about Alpine?
Yep.
Alpine, I think today with the Cayman and all out
Yes.
of production, going electric.
Yep.
There are no mid-level sports cars
Yep.
in India anymore, and the Alpine is supposed to. We've not driven it, but from what we read from our Evo UK colleagues, it's supposed to be one of the finest
Yep.
drivers cars
Yes.
out there today.
Yeah.
You know, so if they can just bring in the brand, set it up like a Halo thing. There's an F1 Connect. Alpine's an
Yeah.
F1.
For how much longer?
That's a different question, but bring in the Alpine A110.
Yeah,
You know,
see, as much as I would like, I don't think it makes any sense because see, you have to set up a full new brand that costs money.
fair enough.
You can't sell Alpine through a Renault dealership.
You can't.
So your dealer network, you know. Then again, the thing is that no, you bought it in Pune, you're going to take it to Bombay to get it serviced. You bought it in
Oh,
Coimbatore, you're going to take it to Chennai to get it serviced. You know, all of that. And for how many cars? 1 car, 2 cars. How many models are there in Alpine? Alpine is also moving towards electric.
Yeah, they got the Renault 5
Yes.
version of the
Yeah.
electric car.
Yeah. So
But I don't know.
with all the best will in the world,
I'd like
I'd-
it to happen.
yeah, I think a Patrol is more likely to happen than Alpine in India.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, there is a gap in the market now,
Yep.
but there's no customers for that gap.
Mm,
That is the
mm,
problem.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Lexus, we didn't talk about it, but I think Lexus has got everything in here.
Yeah,
They
whatever
just
needs
should
to
start
sell.
assembling more models here and bring their prices down. But
Yeah.
again, Lexus has got everything in here. Yeah, everything else we've talked about. And yep, that's about it.
Yeah.
So, what cars do you think are not there in India and should be sold in India? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because I think we've covered pretty much every manufacturer out there, but there are a lot of cars out there within these manufacturers that we've not touched upon. And if you think there's a car out there that we've missed and you'd like to buy in India, drop it in the comments below.
And thank you for watching the Evo India podcast.